it is now time for the main event. This is the final match of the stable shootout. It is a dream tag team partner match. 1 fall, 60-minute time limit. Your referee, Bryce Remsburg.
Rolling, baby. Rolling, baby. Rolling, baby. Johnny Gargano, he's the beast, knees in the cat's pajamas, but I have Tozawa, baby, and Chucky T. He's the Kentucky champion, and Richie Strong, yeah, shit. I'm the macaroni, and together we make rolling. Rolling! When I say rolling, you say baby. Rolling! 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 Yeah!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the introductions. Introducing first, hailing from Hyogo, Japan, and weighing in at 93 kilograms, ladies and gentlemen, Akira Tozawa, baby! And his tag team partner, weighing in this evening at 200 pounds and hailing from Murray, Kentucky, this is the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor! And their opponents. Introducing first, weighing in at 74 kilograms and hailing from Paducah, Kentucky, he is 1/3 of the Open, the Triangle Gate champions, ladies and gentlemen, Ricochet! And his tag team partner, hailing from Newcastle, England, and weighing in this evening at 78 kilograms, ladies and gentlemen, representing World 1, this is PAC!
Referee Bryce Remsburg trying to figure out who's going to start things off in this tag team matchup. Our main event here at Open the Southern Gate. Dream Partner tag team matchup. The final match in the stable shootout. As we get the opening bell, it is Ronin's representative Chuck Taylor teaming up with Akira Tozawa to take on Blood Warriors Ricochet and his partner, a man who he has had quite a rivalry with here over the past several months in Dragon Gate USA, the Open the Brave Gate champion PAC. And it is PAC starting things off against Tozawa.
You know, you mentioned the Open the Brave Gate Championship. PAC, the current holder of that title, tomorrow in Atlanta on an iPay-per-view. Tozawa is going for that title. We're going to get a little preview of that here tonight in our main event in this Dream Partner Tag Team match. Stable shootout didn't go so well for Ronin, but hopefully they can recoup their losses in the main event here tonight.
Yeah, they are down 3-0 in the stable shootout. Tozawa getting a 1 count on PAC. Who quickly reverses position, gets caught in a front face lock. And it's quite an interesting duo we've got on the part of the Blood Warrior side with PAC and Ricochet. Probably the two best high flyers in the world today. Two men capable of doing things that I don't think you'll see anywhere in wrestling, but here in Dragon Gate USA. And they don't really like each other very much, to put it mildly, and they find themselves on the same side here. And it's got to be very interesting to see what kind of teamwork we can expect from these two in this Dream Partner matchup.
Right, a very interesting choice by Blood Warriors. You mentioned before the competitive rivalry that PAC and Ricochet have. But right now, PAC having a little bit of trouble with Akira Tozawa.
Tozawa coming into action on quite a roll himself, picking up 3 wins in 3 consecutive nights back at part of the United weekend, and finds himself no longer under the auspices of Kamikaze USA as the very public falling out between himself and John Moxley over the course of that weekend. And Tozawa now a man, well, basically a man alone here in Dragon Gate USA, but a very talented athlete nonetheless. Right now he's got the advantage on PAC, who sends him in for the ride. Hard shoulder tackle by Tozawa.
Tozawa's been on an extensive tour of the United States here. Going to be returning to Japan in the near future, I'm sure. Just like he had a successful weekend over United, 3 victories. I'm sure he's looking to have 3 victories here this weekend as well. But there you see PAC score with a kick to the midsection.
PAC avoids that boot, grabs an arm wringer. Northern Light suplex with a bridge. PAC is lightning fast. And Tozawa makes his way out to the floor to try and buy himself a little bit of time. And Tozawa, one of the most charismatic young wrestlers in the sport, as PAC gets a blind tag from Ricochet. Tozawa makes the tag to Taylor. I was going to say Tozawa has a very weird sort of charisma that just translates everywhere he goes, as does Chuck Taylor.
It's almost like Chuck Taylor and Tozawa are brothers from different mothers, if you will. But right now, two guys who have had a very long-standing rivalry in wrestling for years in Chuck Taylor and Ricochet.
One more time from that way. Wait. No, that one. That one. Yeah,
Chucky lining them up.
No, that one right there. This one here. Just on the rope. Okay.
Ducks a clothesline. They finally figure out which way he was going to go, and Ricochet able to take him off his feet. Up and over he goes. The pace quickens here. Leapfrog up and over the top goes Ricochet. Nip up by Taylor in the ropes. Bipasso. Nice arm drag out of that position by Ricochet, but Taylor right back to his feet. Ricochet with the agility takes Taylor down, but right back up goes Chuck Taylor. Arm drag again, but a nice cartwheel by Chucky T, who runs the ropes.
Look at Chuck Taylor
into a pinning combination. What a combination by Taylor, and he brings this crowd to its feet.
And Ricochet showing PAC, but there you go. PAC shoves him out of the way and up and over. Lands on his feet.
And these partners continue to try and one-up each other. And while neither of these teams is going to have much continuity as a tag team unit, it would at least seem that Tozawa and Taylor are on the same page. These guys aren't even reading the same book in PAC and Ricochet.
I think what the books they're reading is their own personal scrapbooks, one-upping each other. As you mentioned, Lenny, the minute Ricochet had the advantage, PAC came in and shoved him out of the way. Now Ricochet in there with Akira Tozawa, muscles him back into his corner, begging for PAC's assistance. PAC not really eager to help Ricochet out there.
A right hand from Ricochet, who gets a reluctant tag from his partner PAC. And the man who gravity forgot finds himself getting caught with a boot to the midsection, while Chuck Taylor makes the tag, and he and Tozawa double team him in the corner. Bryce Remsburg practicing counting to 3.
And that's the sort of teamwork that you would expect from the tandem of Chuck Taylor and Akira Tozawa.
Headbutt from Taylor. That one staggered him as well as he took a little punishment to dish out some. As PAC sent into the ropes. What a drop kick from Taylor. We talk about the high-flying skills of PAC and Ricochet, but there are very few people, if any, who throw as pretty a drop kick in this sport as Chuck Taylor.
Little miscommunication there, but still, Taylor and Tozawa.
It's Tozawa with the cravat on PAC. Drops down and scores with the boot. And right back to the cravat. Takes him off his feet. Hard kick to the back. That's the one thing about Tozawa, as he also has a bit of a mean streak. And PAC getting fired up. And a little preview of tomorrow night in Atlanta, as these two will battle it out for the Open the Brave Gate Championship. Right hand from Tozawa misses the mark, and he pays the price.
And you see Ricochet on the apron here, calling the shots to PAC, and PAC just looks at him with a look of disbelief on his face. Who are you to tell me what to do?
PAC scoops him up and slams him right in front of Ricochet. Rolls out, no tag needed. Hang time senton by Ricochet. As the man known as the future of flight turned his back on the Kentucky gentleman, and it cost him.
Was out on the outside, just brawling now with PAC, headbutt. But there you say Ricochet and Chuck Taylor in the ring.
It's Taylor scoring with a big right hand.
Now Ricochet connects himself.
Oh, what a boot from Ricochet.
Ricochet in control, there's the cover. Headbutt there by Chuck Taylor. The shot he needed, the opportunity.
And PAC has been busted open out on the floor. There at ringside.
Yeah, this does not bode well for his tandem with Ricochet, and Ricochet there holding Chuck Taylor.
PAC put in the boots. And then forearming Tozawa down to the floor as PAC and Ricochet.
Lenny, I don't know what could have caused that. It could have been one of those headbutts on the outside from Tozawa. But whatever it was, PAC is in a real bad way here.
And Ricochet setting the base for PAC. We've seen PAC as part of World One utilize his teammates in this fashion, but it didn't pay off right there, as perhaps that slight delay cost them.
Camel clutch, drop kick. There's some teamwork, rolls him up.
But only a 2 count.
Ricochet slides out the back door.
Taylor holding Ricochet wide open as PAC continues to lose blood on the floor at a rather alarming rate here.
Tozawa now in there with Ricochet. Ricochet again muscles Tozawa into his corner in the hopes for an assist from PAC.
And it's Tozawa in the corner in the wrong part of town here. It's PAC back up on the apron. Ricochet giving a dirty look to PAC, who kind of shoos him out of the ring. And Tozawa in big trouble here now as PAC. Hard Irish whip to the buckle. PAC with a head of steam. Running European uppercut. And a boot right to the face. Now PAC trying to get in the head of the challenger for tomorrow night's Open the Brave Gate title match in Atlanta.
Tozawa just looking up at him, but PAC with a snap suplex cover, only 2.
Tozawa digging down to get the shoulder up there. And sent face first to the buckle. Knife edge chop by PAC. Ricochet wants in. Overhead kick. Chuck Taylor getting a little frustrated on the other side of the ring.
Ricochet now has Tozawa in the center of the ring. Going for a pinning combination here, maybe, no.
Rolls through in a submission predicament. And PAC cuts off the ring, stopping Chuck Taylor from coming to the aid of Tozawa.
Oh, look at what Ricochet's doing here. These Blood Warrior members have just shown their disdain for not only the members of Rona, but for pretty much everyone else in Dragon Gate USA here tonight. In Burlington, North Carolina, Tozawa now eats the leg lariat there from Ricochet. Cover.
Well, Tozawa kicks out at 2. Ricochet down across the chest. And it's Taylor in from the outside to break it up. And PAC. Near fall after he pushes his own partner out to the floor as these two continue to try and one-up each other here.
Yeah, it's like everything you can do, I can do better. A game of one-upmanship, as you mentioned. And luckily, the bleeding appears to have slowed and hopefully stopped.
Whoa!
Some unkind words there by PAC in Tozawa's native tongue, and they are just lacing into each other with those forearm shots.
And PAC getting pissed off, fires back. Both men swinging for the fences here. PAC with momentum. Boot to the midsection. Spinning enziguri. That one crossed the eyes of PAC. as both men look to make a tag here.
For the first time in the contest, it looked like Ricochet actually wanted the tag. But instead, PAC decides just to hold on to the leg of Tozawa as Ricochet makes his way into the contest illegally.
Well, at the end of the day, Ricochet wants to win. And again, their attempted teamwork fails. As much dislike as he may have for PAC, he wants to win. And not only does he want to win, he wants to be the one to get the fall to prove he's the stronger member of these two. Missile drop kick by Taylor.
Wide open there, shot to the midsection by Ricochet into the buckle. Chuck Taylor catches him with the back elbow. Taylor, nicely done, but lands on his feet. Catches a power slam.
And now it's both Tozawa and Taylor inside the ring with both PAC and Ricochet out on the floor. Taylor and Tozawa putting their body on the line. Not once, but twice here.
And now Bryce putting the count on all four men.
PAC thrown in by Taylor to break the count. PAC drags himself to his feet in the corner as Taylor fires away with the right hand. And another. PAC sent for the ride. Taylor follows him in. PAC up and over. Whoa! Double nip-ups up and over the top. Look at the quickness of PAC on display for two.
And that would be impressive any way you slice it. But with the blood loss that PAC has suffered, he's got to be dizzy. But how quickly he was able to move and so lightning fast, it's just unbelievable, Eddie.
Well, I said in the open, soul food. These two guys do things that you won't see anywhere else. And there's a perfect example as Taylor scores with a well-placed boot for a near fall. And now Tozawa in on Ricochet. Irish whip. Tozawa charges, elevated, lands on the apron. Right hand, face first to the buckle he goes. Tozawa on the apron. Kara, Tozawa, no. Second time, no. Third time, fakes him out. Scores with a senton. You can't keep Akira Tozawa down. And as Ricochet sent for the ride one more time, Tozawa charges, nobody home. Nice evade out in the corner right there by Ricochet. Avoids the lariat, ducks under, face first to the canvas, goes Tozawa. Right down across the chest, but Taylor in at the last second.
Yeah, that was very risky there. He dove over Bryce and landed right on top of him, was still able to break up the pin. But there's PAC right there to stop Chuck Taylor. And now PAC and Ricochet are going to have to work together here.
Double Irish whip. PAC now willing to give the assist and gets elevated. Ricochet runs up the chest. Elbow kick to the back of the head. Nice combination right there. Leaping enziguri. Takes Taylor off of his feet. Immediately gets a cover and another 2 count. And once again, PAC throws his partner out of the way. Basically just saying, I got this.
Whatever PAC had in mind, Ricochet just came and stole it away from him.
And again, both of these two continue to try and outdo their partner. Tozawa breaks it up.
Chuck Taylor wisely getting out of the ring here. Now Ricochet in there with Tozawa. Right hand connect, Irish whip. Tozawa holds on. Ricochet in the apron, kick right in the mush.
Come on, Chuck baby, he says. They're getting fired up. Tozawa eats the boot. What an evade. Stereo boots. Saito suplex right on the back of his head. Cover. PAC gets the shoulder up. You gotta be kidding me.
This is awesome! This is awesome! This is awesome! This is awesome!
Running boot in the corner by Tozawa.
Says one more, whips PAC in. Gets caught.
Waistlock. Taylor eats the right hand. Oh, puts on the brakes. Oh, bad timing right there. Beautiful German. No.
Little miscommunication there. Almost spelled the end for Ricochet and PAC. Chuck Taylor right there. Has him up, drops him down.
No. That's Ricochet getting the shoulder up at 2 as PAC was laid out in the corner, courtesy of his own partner, unable to help make the save there. And now it's Ricochet placed up top. The Kentucky gentleman looks to finish things off here for his team.
The wild look in his eyes got Ricochet on the top rope in a precarious position here. Shoved off though is Chuck Taylor. Ricochet on the top. Just got drilled by PAC. PAC's got Chuck Taylor, deposits him on the canvas. Ricochet's up top. Oh!
630, that might be it. But no cover. Instead, PAC up top. Corkscrew, shooting star press. It is over.
Here are your winners, the team of Ricochet and PAC.
Well, these two spent the entire match trying to outdo one another, and it was PAC sneaking in and taking the victory for his team, much to the chagrin of Ricochet. But nonetheless, Blood Warriors 4-0 win the stable shootout as Ricochet and PAC get in each other's face. PAC and Tozawa staring face to face as they will meet tomorrow night in Atlanta. What a night of action here as we open the Southern Gate. PAC and Ricochet victorious in our main event. And these two still not getting along despite the victory. PAC continues to just shoo Ricochet away. And again, staring down the challenger for tomorrow night's Open the Brave Gate title match in Atlanta on iPay-per-view. What a performance by Tozawa and Chucky Taylor in defeat. We have not seen the last of Ronin, that is for sure, but PAC standing tall, victorious. For Chikara and I'm Lenny Leonard fans, thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow in Atlanta.
I must say, for my first time in North Carolina, thank you for such a reception. It would be my pleasure and my honor to come back. Thank you. Sorry if I'm not very coherent right now. My head's ringing a little bit. I just want to thank everybody for coming out, as always, supporting Dragon Gate, the best wrestling promotion in the world. Go on. So I just want to say thank you, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed tonight and hope to see some of your faces tomorrow in Atlanta. Thank you very much.